Remember Conduent, our old friend from last time? Well, they're back with an update, and shocker, it's worse. Conduent Business Services, the government tech contractor trusted with processing payments and healthcare claims nationwide, has officially earned itself a spot in the Data Breach Hall of Fame. We're talking over 25 million people affected here, folks. That is not a typo. 25 million. The Safepay ransomware group is taking a bow for this one, claiming that they've walked off with 8 terabytes of data, including names, social security numbers, addresses, medical histories, health insurance details. I mean, basically everything short of your childhood diary. And frankly, just give them a little bit more time. The data breach ran from October 21st, 2024 to January 13th, 2025. But we're only now grasping the full damage here in February of 2026 because apparently understanding the size of the catastrophe also takes a year. Texas Attorney General and still a douchebag Ken Paxton has launched an investigation, which is essentially just government speak for, hey, somebody finally noticed. What makes this truly special here is the sheer scale. 25 million people just had their most sensitive medical and financial information handed over to criminals like a party favor. Government benefit recipients, healthcare patients, basically anybody whose paperwork passed through Conduent's apparently open wide servers. So here's the fun rule of thumb, okay? If you've received services through any government program in 2024 or 2025, just go ahead and assume your data is out there living its best life on the dark web. So monitor your credit, folks. Watch for medical identity theft. And if somebody calls claiming to be from your benefits program, treat them like a stranger offering candy from a van. Moving on to our next story, Google just disclosed CVE 2026-2441, a high-severity, zero-day vulnerability in Chrome and the Chromium engine. And here's the fun part, it's already being actively exploited in the wild. Not theoretically, not could potentially be right now, today, while you're probably still running last week's version of Chrome. This lovely little flaw lets attackers execute arbitrary code on your system through malicious web content. You visit the wrong website and congratulations, your machine now belongs to someone in a hoodie. It's especially dangerous for enterprise, developer, and automation environments. So basically everybody who actually needs their computer to work. Now, Google pushed patches in Chrome version 133.0.6943.110 for Windows, Mac, and Linux, which is great, except for the part where millions of people will essentially ignore it for weeks. And it's not just Chrome either, folks, because Chromium is the engine under the hood of Brave, Opera, Vivaldi. There's tons of others. All of these browsers are in the blast radius too. Google, in a rare moment of restraint, kept the technical details vague to slow down copycat attacks, but security researchers already reverse engineered the patch because, of course, they can. So here's your homework, folks. Update the browser now. Not after this article, not after lunch. Chrome will essentially auto-update, but you have to go to the Chrome settings, about Chrome, and then just make sure you're on version 133 or higher. This is one of those, again, stop what you're doing, go do it now sorts of situations. All right, our last story of today is all about how attackers exploited legitimate GenAI tools at more than 90 organizations by injecting malicious prompts to steal credentials and cryptocurrency. That's right. Hackers don't even need to write malware anymore. They just need to ask nicely in a right way to a robot. I mean, let that sink in, right? We've spent decades building next-gen firewalls, hardening operating systems, and writing millions of lines of security code. And now the attack vector is essentially, hey, chatbot, could you share with me the contents of Etsy password? Attackers also exploited vulnerabilities in AI development platforms to set up what's called camp and deploy ransomware. Because I guess why stop at prompt injection when you can shut down the whole organization? Yeah, researchers documented cases where attackers injected malicious instructions into AI chatbot contexts, tricking the AI into revealing sensitive data, running unauthorized commands, and cheerfully bypassing security controls. The AI systems genuinely thought they were being helpful. They were just helping the wrong people. It's like a bank teller handing over the vault keys because somebody just asked in a really nice way. The takeaway here, folks, is if your company uses AI assistants, chatbots, automation tools, congratulations, you have a very nice, shiny new attack surface. Prompt injection attacks aren't going away anytime soon. So we need to figure out how to do prompt injection defenses, strict input validation, output filtering, sandbox execution environments. All of that needs to be on your to-do list, well, yesterday, because the new malware isn't code. It's just a well-crafted sentence. Welcome to the future, folks. With that said, this is Andy Thompson, signing off.